Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. And tonight's question comes to us from Afterfove, who asks about less well-known forms of divination other than tarot, scrying, etc. And I think the best way to start the answer to this question is to point out that virtually anything that exists can be used for divination. The idea behind divination is encapsulated in the saying, as above, so below, which comes ultimately from the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus. And this is the idea that everything in the physical world reflects its spiritual origin. That if you want to understand the Creator, you can study the created. If you want to learn about the divine plan, past, present, and future, anything that exists can show it to you. And this is the idea behind divination. And everything from the way that you put cream in your coffee or tea, and the swirls that it makes as it goes into the dark liquid, to tea leaves, coffee grounds, playing cards, dice, palmistry. Pretty much anything you can think of has at some time or another been used for divination. I remember a story from when I was very young in Danville, Illinois. There was a political scandal over a form of divination. And at a fundraiser, one of the two political parties had put down photographs of everyone from the opposite party who was running for office. And they had a chicken. And people would place bets on which photograph the chicken would defecate on. And this became a scandal because it was considered rather vulgar, which of course it kind of was. But it's also a very ancient form of divination. Because of course the photo chosen would be either the winner or the loser, depending on how you set up the question. Even that can be used as divination. Another very ancient form of chicken divination is by putting out feed in symbolic patterns or symbolic locations and seeing which one the chicken will go to first, or whether it goes back and forth, or how it eats in general. This can be a form of divination. The flight of birds, the direction they come by, how many there are, how fast they're flying. Very important form of divination in ancient Rome. Almost anything can be used for divination. The way that the flame on the candle moves can be used for divination. You can take a white sheet of paper, put it over that flame, pass it over so that the soot from the candle will make patterns on the paper that you can then interpret. Anything can be used for divination and has been. So the answer is, there are all kinds of them. There are more forms of divination than you can think of. One of the most interesting things I ever did was at a divination party 20-odd years ago. The hostess had prepared sandwiches in tiny little triangles. And there were several different kinds that she was putting out for her guests. And I did divination by sandwich. And there was chicken salad, tuna salad, ham salad, and something else I no longer remember. But I assigned a meaning to each one based on what was in it, and according to what the person chose, without knowing there was a divination involved, I gave them a small divination. Very simple, and actually worked pretty well. So basically my answer to that, rather than go through a great many forms of divination, is to say that anything can be divination. And that what you must do, basically, to make something into a form of divination, so you must assign the meanings, you must let Spirit know them, and then Spirit will communicate with you through it. It's very simple. So that's my answer to your question. I hope you find it interesting, and until next time, may you blessed be. On Saturday, March 19th, Pagans Tonight Radio was proud to host a telethon in support of Peter diving and the pagan relief effort in Japan, with the proceeds going to Doctors Without Borders. I hope that you were able to take part in that telethon, but if you weren't, you can still hear it in the archives of Pagans Tonight at blogtalkradio.com/witchschool. And I hope that you were able to give something in support of Doctors Without Borders. And if not, it's still possible to do so. You can find the donate button at paganinparadise.blogspot.com, and it will take you to where you can make a donation in support of the pagan relief effort in Japan. And if you saw it here first, please include in the comments the special code PT2011 to show your support. Thank you very much, and may you blessed be.